production plan reflection. Um, what a crazy, inspiring whirlwind week yet again here with the Institute in Digital Literacy. Um, I walked in thinking I had a firm handle on um, leadership and facilitation as an innate ability, and realized that I have an awful lot of growing and learning to do. Um, the sessions with Charlie really gave me some great mental models on how to think about change, how to think about leadership, how to have a process in place that um, enables change to happen and people to feel like they've gotten a fair process. And Charlie talked a lot about modeling the way and doing what you say you'll do. And he really did that over the course of the week, and it was inspiring to see. And it kind of sent this benchmark of a leader who was leading, for lack of a better term, out of moral authority rather than imposed authority. We never felt like he was trying to control us. He was always responsive to our needs. But when there was material that we needed to address, he herded us back in a way that was so tactful um, that it really served as a model to um, what I'd want to do when I'm trying to facilitate my own project coming up this year. And just it showed me that I wish I had more time to spend, because while what we had was dense and really voluminous, and I've got the resources like the leadership guide that we were presented with all of the structures and the models, the gap analysis, the SWOT analysis, um, you know, the driving forces and models in that sense. Um, it would have been nice to have time, and it really wasn't built into the institute, and nor could it, just due to the nature of the work that Charlie does, um, to really try those out and apply it in a real situation, to kind of begin thinking about how to process it in an actual situation. From my own standpoint, the Wednesday discussion that I had with one of the project coordinators that I'm going to be implementing in the fall really kind of threw me for a loop, but in a good way. I thought that I was basically planning a digital literacies PD plan, and in the process, what I realized is that um, while digital literacies are going to be embedded, after talking to this individual, he wasn't sure that he needed digital literacy, so that was going to be the focus. And it kind of reminded me of kind of these top-down approaches to leadership and management, where and it was kind of one of my concerns throughout the week that this idea of building a vision, it became my vision, and now all the teachers are going to share it. And it wasn't done consciously that way, but that was just kind of the way that it was evolving. And that conversation caused me to pause and really reflect about, what it is that we've been learning over the last couple of weeks about, building the vision collaboratively with the participants, and getting that authentic type of leadership. And that was helpful in constructing my plan. The readings were really helpful. The 8-step model in terms of change implementation, I know that I'll use throughout the rest of my career. It will also help me to understand potentially when leaders are also using it. So I know that one of the big takeaways was creating a sense of urgency. And I think you need urgency in order to make any change, but I can also see somebody who's familiar with this model trying to create urgency to get a change that he or she wants. And this kind of comes back to something I've been wrestling with is resistance to change, and why are there resistors, and perhaps maybe we should listen to resistors to um, find out where those hesitations come from, because they may just be, wanting to maintain the status quo, but there's a reason behind that, and I think we need to continue to dig and address those issues. And from my own experience, I think I've seen leaders come in and try to come in gangbusters, and it hasn't worked out the way it should because of authoritarian style. Um, so it's just this week's given me a lot to think about. It's made me want to perhaps add a leadership component to my dissertation. I haven't quite figured all of that out yet, but what I really like is that I've got lasting models, and it's not just about the tools. It's about tools that are um, that can be put into digital environments and maybe enhanced by digital tools, but mental models that will last well beyond whatever the lifespan of the tool, whether it be Padlet or TeamPut or anything that we've learned this week. I feel like I've gotten some really lasting mental approaches that are human centric and will, I'll share and use for a long, long time. Thanks.